Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is breaking out or trying to break out into the correct direction, into the right direction. So we've been focusing on further upside here against our micro support area, more specifically against the last swing low. Shared with you that red line in the last video and highlighted to you that it's possible that we are in a triangle pattern. Yeah, and as long as we're holding above this last swing low, the Friday low at around 66,650. The focus could be on higher in a still unfolding triangle. Okay, if that level is broken to the downside, we would be in a still unfolding wave 4 most likely, and then the wave 4 could still unfold as a WXY structure. To keep it simple, I've now taken that other micro count of the chart. Just be aware that below the red line, the idea that this could be a fourth wave with one more high to come in a still unfolding diagonal, it's not invalidated, no. It just means that we could reset a little lower and then could find support at one of the next fib levels. The difference is it would not be within an Elliott Wave triangle, right? So what I'm watching for at the moment is here a potential triangle. Done a bit of relabeling of this microstructure here earlier today. I posted already that it might be this, which is possible that the triangle indeed finished on Sunday's low. Possible, yeah. Remember that today, in my earliest video, my first video today, we had reached my next upside target, which was for this D wave, actually the next target. But the D wave was very strong. So, you know, this is actually the wave count that I talked about in the last video. It's still valid, okay? We possibly just formed the D wave. It ended below B. A healthy D wave. Remember in my previous signal, in my previous update, I mentioned I want to have a more healthy D wave. Now, it was healthy. Absolutely valid, healthy, all good. A 3-wave move up in a D wave. But I thought maybe we're already on the breakout. But obviously, you only know that when the price breaks above the B wave top. So it's possible that now this E wave is unfolding and then the fourth wave sort of would also be completed and we're now breaking out. I will probably change my view about the microstructure a few times, but it doesn't have any, let's say, any difference or anything. It doesn't make any difference. It doesn't have any practical implications if I call the wave 4 is still unfolding. Yeah, the red line is really what's relevant. Maybe even here the Sunday low. But the red line is more reliable because technically if the D wave topped, that E wave could test the red line and the triangle wouldn't be invalidated. What mustn't happen is that the E wave breaks below the C wave low at basically 66,650. And then a further break below 66,300 will completely invalidate the triangle. Again, all of that would just mean that the wave 4 could form a different structure, maybe a WXY pattern. Possible, but then in that case 65,755 and 64,370 are relevant additional support levels. Ideally though, the price doesn't even break below the 50% fib level in that case. So what can I say? You know, as long as we're holding support, the narrative remains the same. I'm primarily watching for one more high. Have to say though that this rally was in 3 waves, so we need to keep an open mind still. I'm not going to adjust any support levels until I have more confidence that we are really in the breakout. At some point then when it's clear, I can add the next support area. So far, the narrative hasn't changed for the last week or so. And it was all about, okay, we're watching for one more high. As long as we're holding 64,370 below that level, the structure will change. And it will morph into the white count, in which the larger degree correction that started middle of March, here around the 14th of March, that this is still unfolding and might target 55 to 58K. But that's only the alternative. As long as we're holding the upper support area, there's no need to focus on that. We need to be aware of it for risk management purposes. But at the moment, we haven't even broken any support levels, right? Question is just, what is this? So one scenario is that this is obviously a triangle, as I said. D wave top today. E wave is now unfolding. Might have bottomed already, but in that case, I would prefer a little bit of a stronger E wave. But you know, the main point is now that we stay above this above this red line. That is really, really important. As long as that's the case, yeah, I mean, the microstructure of the triangle then is to be considered just noise, really just noise. You know, you can't predict if it goes a bit lower or whatever, but it would be ideal, right, if this is an E wave. Now, in the other interpretation, you could say the triangle finished, but then I would need to see an immediate further upside surge from here. Even then, you could say the E wave just finished with that intraday low, because there's not really a rule about how short an E wave can be, really, you know, or how long it must be. It just must not go beyond the C wave low. Important is to recognize, I think, that any break above the intraday high, above 70,275, will likely send us higher towards 76k. Next breakout signal would then also be just after that, a break above 70,615, and then a break above the May high here, the third wave high at 72,000. Overall, not much happened. A little bit of a breakout attempt. Let's see if it's sustainable. So far, the rally is in 3 waves. Not happy to adjust any support areas yet. I think this support area is still relevant in case the breakout attempt fails, and then really nothing has changed. So hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.